we jump into what September has to offer, how dare you not want to talk about Sea of Stars? Or the behemoth known as Baldur's Gate? So I've never really been a big Baldur's Gate fan, but I will tell you what, Baldur's Gate 3 looks really good, and I do want to play it with friends because I've been seeing my friends play it, and I want to play it. I mean, look, gather a party, return to the Forgotten Lands, a tale of friendship and betrayal, sacrifice and survival, or at least, you know, that's how it is when you sum it up. Baldur's Gate is a game that reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you guys remember, or for those of y'all that go back this far as well, it was an old Nintendo 64 game called Gauntlet Legends. You get your folks together, and it was fantasy, high elf, dark elf, orc, warlock, dragos, and everything else in between type of game. So if you like D&D, then you're probably gonna like Baldur's Gate 3, because basically it's D&D but in a video game form. Baldur's Gate 3 dropped last month on August 3rd for PC, but see how I just made this little transition here? On September 6th, it will be dropping on PlayStation 5 and for Xbox Series X, S, and it's gonna be on Game Pass, because the Game Pass is looking more and more lucrative every day, even if they don't have the dollar pass. I still can play Starfield and Baldur's Gate, right? Mucho customization, that means much. A lot of customization, a whole bunch of races that you can choose from, and a story that basically fits you. Also, you know, I don't think we need to talk about sex with a bear again, do we? But there's also that. The game was $60 for the PC, and it's gonna be $10 more for the Xbox X and S and the PlayStation 5. So, you know, $77.60 for that, you know, that California state taxes. But again, the game does look good, unless you have that early access Starfield, Bethesda's biggest, most highly, is it the most highly anticipated game? One of the most highly anticipated games is finally dropping also on the 6th. So get your coin purses and your pocketbooks ready, because this end of the year, matter of fact, this whole year has been chock full of a whole bunch of fighting games you need to play. Mortal Kombat coming soon. Also, that ain't an RPG. As well as Street Fighter 6, which had some RPG elements into it when it came to World Tour, as well as Tekken 8 on the horizon. But I digress. Starfield, the only game that I've been interested in the Xbox since, well, Scalebound, feels like I've said that a couple times before, is going to be dropping. Imagine millions and millions of stars in a system where you can make your own character, explore the world, and not just the world, but many worlds. And one of my favorite elements of all time, just because I think that more RPGs just need it, is the ability to traverse through space. Fix your ship, buy parts for your ship, be a mechanic, a star chaser, star traveler. I would love to see some kind of Metroid game take notes from this. I'm not saying that the new Metroid Prime 4, hopefully it's not gonna be a Prime first-person shooter game, maybe first-person shooter elements in it, can take notes from some of this, because if Link can do it, why can't Sammy? Starfield is set in an area that extends outward from our solar system, which is like approximately 50 light years, or so-called light years, from the settled systems, which the game says is taking place in around the year of 2310. So, damn, was that Cowboy Bebop sometimes? Which is going to be involving two of the largest factions in the game, which will be the United Colonies and the Freestar Collectives, which, of course, as Cortana says, there's going to be war. there's always war. I made this new oath to myself not to dig too much into plot stories or watching like the extended 24 minute to the hour trailers that Starfield and the boys over there and ladies at Bethesda have been doing, because I didn't want to not only spoil myself, but I also don't want to see so much of the game that when I get a chance to actually play it, I'm a little numb, because I like to be, I've watched and played and dealt with so much content. I like to actually experience something new with no expectations. Again, the game is going to be $70. I know. I know. Drop it on September 6th. So, can I get a review code, anybody? Please, review code, Microsoft. I know I just talked shit about you, but review code. I didn't say you ain't got no games. I'm hopeful. This is gonna be good. Review code, please. Rune Factory is back with Rune Factory 3 Special Edition. The Bachelorettes are out to play. Rune Factory 3 Special Edition introduces a new newlywed mode, as well as new side quests / adventures of the 11 marriage candidates after they marry Micah, who feature new character animations, voices, and also a hell, that's HE double hockey stick, difficulty setting that is said to stimulate and challenge players. Rune Factory has always been one of those series I wanted to get into. I guess I just gotta make myself get into it because it looks like something I'd like. The game drops exclusively on September 5th for the Nintendo Switch. And yeah, I already said it. Sea of Stars dropped in August, at the end of August, but how could I not talk about Sea of Stars? For one, well, it's in the stars, and it's one of the rare games that drops not only for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, but it's also an ode to my favorite game, which is Chrono Trigger, and if you played the demo, then you know it's got potential. It's got moxie. Actually, one of my homegirls just beat the game. I think she ate it up in the whole Labor Day weekend, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The good thing is she said the game was great. The bad thing is it really that quick of a game, or did you just go ham, sis? During a routine survey mission on this uncolonized planet, Kira, one of the main characters, finds an alien artifact, a relic, if you will. And at first, the girl's, excited, but of course, her excitement turns to terror when the ancient dust around her begins to move. Of course, this is an RPG, so there's going to be an empire and there's going to be some war. As a war erupts among the stars, Kira is launched into a galaxy-spanning odyssey of discovery and transformation. Classic RPG elements, time hits, time attacks, gorgeous colorful layouts and backgrounds cased in a pixelated format of old. Sea of Stars takes the best of modern and retro games, mixes them in a pot, and presents quite possibly one of the best games like this we've seen in a very, very long time. And if what I've played from the demo is any indication, and what I've been hearing too, also sold 100,000 copies for a game of its type in its first couple of days. That's pretty good. And if you're worried about buying Sea of Stars when you just bought or preparing to buy Baldur's Gate and or Starfield, because I don't know what these folks think, we ain't in a recession, we ain't, okay. Sea of Stars is only $34.99. If you get the digital, you ain't gotta pay the tax, which is really good because, again, y'all, there's a hell of a lot of games that are dropping. And not only the money, but when are we gonna have the time? On September 7th, the highly anticipated Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which I missed the beta, that will be dropping, and it looks good. And the ladies have been fawning over, as per usual, that is young Sephiroth. He is young Sephiroth. It's going to be exclusively for mobile, but the good thing about a mobile game is if you got a tablet, you can play it there too. I'm excited about it. but I am a little, unfortunately, can we get some new blood in Final Fantasy? 16 was good, but can we? Okay, it's 7, still the best in the series. On September 13th for the Nintendo Switch exclusively, it's Pokemon. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero Part 1. That's a tongue twister. The Teal Mask DLC drops. And I have a confession, y'all. I did not buy this last Pokemon because, well, I didn't play Sword and Shield. Because as nice of the graphical upgrade it did have, guess what? There was no voice acting in the game, was pretty much the same. I will wait till it drops, which it might drop price this year, this Christmas, this holiday season. So I'll look out for it then, or maybe I'll check out eBay. They usually have good prices. Baten Kaitos 1 and 2, the HD remaster dropped for the Switch on September the 14th. However, as great as the game looks, word on the web was it's only going to be in Japanese dub, even though the original game was in English dub, because I had it before it got stolen. I don't really know exactly why. I didn't get a chance to research that before the video, so I can't go too far down that rabbit hole when it comes to that. But I will say, if they don't have it in English, that's a very big disservice. They need to do a download patch or something, because yeah, I'm one of them dudes. I actually like to listen in my own native language, and that includes anime. I know how some of y'all feel, but that's me. Lies of P drops for PS5 for Xbox One and S plus PC on September 19th, and The Legend of Nayata Boundless Trails drops for PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC, also Europe, on the 22nd. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty drops for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and for PC on September the 26th. I need to go back and finish Cyberpunk, but now, after watching the anime, I think I want to make David on my new playthrough. The month finishes off with Everhood Eternity Edition for PS5, PS4, Xbox One, and S on September 28th, and Fate Samurai Remnant drops for PlayStation 5, 4, Switch, and PC on the 29th. This time, I wasn't being legit or for real with myself either, because that was a part of me. And even though I was doing it in secret. And then it just hit me. And that's when it hit me. And that's when I became a geek. Finally, the sleeper has awakened. I am the prince of all geeks once again.